Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to a brand new video. In this video, we are going to talk about how to get them happily chatting. Play it against Sam in Cure is what appreciative audience chant when they want another song from the singer, another dance from the dance, another poem from the poet, and in my case, another is telling another storytelling from the officers. Incur the Incur is the technique you can use to request a repeat stage from a prospect, potential employer, or valued acquaintances while the two of you chatting with a group of people. Simply turn him and say, John, I bet everyone would love to hear about the time you got that 30-pound striped bass, or Susan, tell everyone that story you just told me of how you rescued the kitten from the tree. He or she will, of course, demur, insist your conversation partner is secretly loving it. The the subtext of your request is that story of yours was so terrific. I want my other friends to hear it. After all, only crowd pleasers are asked to do an encore. Technique 21. Encore, the sweetest sound a performer can hear, welling up out of the applause, and is encore, let's hear it again. The sweetest sound of your conversation partner can hear from you, your lips, where you are talking with a group of people is tell them about the time you were at a meeting or party with someone important to you. Think of some stories he or she told you, choose an appropriate one from their reper- repertoire that crowd will enjoy. Then shine the spotlight by requesting a repeat performance. The added benefit of this technique is that you have got them up and running with their conversation. You can sneak off and find something more interesting company. One word warning: make sure that the story you request is one in which the teller shines. No one wants to retell the time they lost the scale, packed up the car, or broken the bar and spent the night in jail. Make sure you requested incur is a passive positive story where they come out the bigger, not the buffoon. The beauty, the full beauty of this technique will hit you like a happy thunderbolt the first time you use it with someone is telling a long and wearisome tale. You simply tiptoe away and let the ball spin the story on and on with your friend. Of course, your friend may never to spook never speak to you again, but that's not germane to this chapter. The next technique deals with sharing some positive stories of your life, how to cross as a positive person. Often people think when they meet people they like, they should share a secret, reveal an intimacy, or make a confession of sorts to show they are human too. Airing your youthful battle with bed waiting, truth grinding, or thumb sucking, gore your present struggle with God or God are supposedly endears you to the message. Welcome back. हम किधर थे? Well, sometimes it does. Study showed that if someone is above you in stature, they are revealing a fighting brings them closer to you. The holes in the bottom of presidential candidate Adlai Stevenson's shoe charmed a nation, as did George the H.W. Bush shocking ambition that he couldn't stomach broccoli. If you are on footing, say a superstar who wants to become friends with a fan, go ahead and tell your devotees about the time you were out of work and penniless, but you are not a superstar. Better play it safe. Keep the skittles in the closet until later people don't know you well enough to put your foible in context. Later in relationship, telling your new friend you have been tried marriage, you got caught shoplifting as a teenager and you got turned out for a big job, maybe no big deal, and that may be the extent of what could be constant as black marks on an otherwise flawless life of solid relationships, no misdemeanors, and an impressive professional record, but very early in a relationship, the instinctive reaction is what else is coming. If he shares that with me so quickly, what else is he hiding? A close full of spouses, a criminal record was peppered with rejection letters. Your new acquaintances has no way of knowing your confession was a generous act, a well-intentioned rebellion on your part. So far in this section, you have assertive methods of meeting people and mastering small talk. The next is both an assertive and defensive move to help spare you that pasty smile we tend to spot when we have no idea what people are talking about. Technique 22. Accentuate the positive. When first meeting someone, lock your closet door and save your skeletons for later. You and your new good friend can invite the skeletons out, have a good laugh, and dance over their bones later in the relationship. But now's the time, as the old song says, to accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. How to always have something interesting to say. You heard Fox Wine, I can't go to the party. I haven't got a thing to wear. When was the last time you heard I can't go to the party? I haven't got a thing to say when going a gathering with great networking possibilities. You naturally plan your outfit and make your shoes match, and of course, you must have just the right tie or correct lipstick. You puff your hair, pack your business cards, and you are off. Wow, wait a minute, didn't you forget the most important thing? What about the right conversation to enhance your image? Are you actually going to say anything that comes to mind or doesn't the moment you don't you wouldn't don't the you wouldn't do the fast outfit grouping and hits the darkened closet, so you shouldn't leave your conversation the first thought that comes to your mind when seeing a group of expectant smiling face. You will of course follow your instincts in conversation, as but at least be prepared in case inspiration doesn't hit. The best way to ensure you are conversationally in the swing of things is to listen a new cast just before you leave. What's happening right now is the wildfires, flood, floods, air disasters, toppled governments, and the stock market crashes into great conversational fodder no matter what crowd you are circulating in. It is some embarrassment that I attribute the following technique to a business when in the world's oldest profession. For a magazine article I was writing, I interviewed one of the savviest operators in her field, Sydney the Babel Barrows, the famed Mayflower Madam. Sydney told me she had a house rule when he was in business. All of her female independent contractors were directed to keep up with the daily news so they could be good conversationalists with her with their clients. This is not just Sydney Wynn. Feedback from her employees that had revealed that 60% of her girls' work hour was spent in chatting and 40% in satisfying the customer needs. Uh, Thus, she instructed them to read the daily newspaper or listen to a radio broadcast before uh, let, leaving for an interview. Okay. Technique 23, the latest news. Don't leave home without it. The last move to make before leaving for the party, even after you have given your final approval in the mirror is to turn on the radio news and scan your newspaper. Anything happened today is good material. Knowing the big deal news is on the moment is also a defensive move that rescues you from putting your foot in your mouth by asking what everybody is talking about. Foot in your mouth in food in mouth is not very tasty in public, especially when it's around egg on face. Eh, how to always have something interesting to say. Appointment Sydney told me when she initiated this rule, her business increased significantly. Reports came back from her clients complimenting her on the fascinating woman who she had working for her. The consummate businesswoman, Mr. Barros always strove to exceed her customer expectations. Ready for the big league conversation. Let's go. Thanks everyone for joining. Today before I end this video, I want to show you something. Let's go. Here is the analogy link for everyone to practice. Here you can find the reading conversations, quantitative compressions, problem solving tool. So you see that GRE analysis test 1 has the 11,538 hits. Then GRE analysis test 2 has 56 and 16 hits. So here is the rest of the others. You can come here and check it out. So here is another link for the vocabularies. So you can learn vocabularies from here too. It is from Mango's vocabularies. So if you have any question about what we have talked about today, you can just comment below. There is more pages to come, so you must follow. And that's it for today. Thanks everyone.